Welcome, my invisible audience, to the best video games of 2021. We're going to break this all the way down. It's going to be a lot of fun. Something I've never told you guys about myself. I'm a list guy. Yeah, I like to... I make big lists. Okay. I mean, just look at this, guys. I'm not kidding you. I got lists for movies I want to watch, TV shows I want to watch. I got lists for video games that I want to play. You know, what you name it. Anime, books, music I want to listen to. I mean, my brain is broken. It's okay. It's officially cracked. And now I get to share it with you, which is awesome. And when it comes to the best games of any given year, I gotta know. Like, I have to know. I have to make a list out of that. So I decided to Google best games of the year. Since I don't really have a preferred website these days for game opinions. IGN is very middle of the road on things, and plus they put spoilers in their thumbnails a lot, which drives me nuts. They spoiled Hawkeye for me, they spoiled Spider-Man for me, they spoiled new Pokemon Snap for me. Come on, IGN! Kotaku's got good writers on staff, but they've been a little bit overly scathing at times, and I've just been less interested in them since Tim Rogers left, who's probably the only man on this planet more long-winded than I am. So I guess Polygon is my favorite. They seem to be the most fair and their writers seem to be the best educated, but I just don't find myself on their website very often. I don't know what it is. And then funny enough, you've got so many sites now like Forbes, Washington Post, Time, legitimate news outlets doing video game lists. Anyways, so I went through every list that showed up on Google and I wrote all of the listed games down. And every time a game was mentioned, I tallied it as a vote. And I just kept going with this. This was my rule for myself until one of the games hit 15 votes. And that game was Halo Infinite, by the way. Spoilers. So here it is, you guys, lovingly curated by yours truly for all the world to see. The best video games of 2021. Check this out. This is pretty sweet. Now, I wouldn't say that 2021 was an exceptional year for games. I mean, I've only played maybe 2 of these, so what the hell do I know? But there wasn't a whole lot that jumped off the page, but that's what makes this exercise so much fun. Like, let's take a look at these games together. Let's see what they're all about. So much goes over your head. Like, I pay a lot of attention to games, and I haven't heard of half of these, so this is going to be really fun. I hope that this is a good idea for a video. I'm about to have a blast, so hopefully you do too. So, starting from the top here with Halo Infinite, this is one that I have had the pleasure of getting into through Game Pass on my computer. This is a phenomenal game, obviously rated best game of the year. Maybe I should start at the bottom of the list, but we'll start with Halo. Let's just kick it off nice and clean with the best one. I grew up on Halo. I made a video about it. You can check that out if you want to hear my deeper interpretation of this game. But it's a real nice throwback to what Halo 2 and 3 especially felt like. But it's also entirely modernized, which I realize makes no sense. And I'm starting to wonder if maybe I shouldn't be making this video. Halo Infinite is a ton of fun. I really recommend checking it out. The multiplayer is free, which was an incredibly cool move on the part of 343 Studios. If you've got a Steam account, that's yours already. And that's actually my favorite thing about this game. I've played a good chunk of the campaign, and I'm loving it. It really does remind me why I love video games so much. It's one of those refreshing releases that just absolutely lives up to the promise of the franchise. But the multiplayer is what's really got me going because it's getting me back in touch with a bunch of old friends. I'm calling up people I haven't seen since high school, and we're jumping in online together, and it's like old times. So Halo Infinite is a real gift. It came out over the holiday season, and I hope it doesn't get forgotten anytime soon. If you haven't tried it out, I really recommend it, even if you're just a Call of Duty fan or a Valorant fan or an Apex Legends fan, or it's real. The market's real spread at this point, but Halo is one of the first that got people into online multiplayer, and this game does an excellent job at adequately bringing that experience back, bringing that excitement back. Halo Infinite is an awesome game. Okay, so now let's go all the way down to the bottom of this list and work our way back up. I think that might be a little bit more interesting than just playing the hits right off the top here. Let's take a look at some of the much more rarely mentioned titles, but still clearly games that captivated someone out there, games that maybe we haven't even heard of. That's more exciting if you ask me. Okay, so next up at the very bottom of this list is Shin Megami Tensei 5. This is a notoriously difficult JRPG series. I remember picking up 3, I think. 3 or 4, it was like 6 years ago, for my 3DS. And I was like, this is gonna be great. I love JRPGs. I can't wait to dive into a lengthy adventure. It was a boring time in my life. And I just got, like, I think I got smoked out of the gate. Like, one of the first instances of combat in the whole game, I just got railed. And I was like, surely you just have to learn how this game works. I can overcome this. And I kind of did. I got a little ways in, but I eventually gave up, and I don't do that often with games. These are hard, and I think that's probably why they don't have super mainstream appeal. But if you're hardcore, if you fancy yourself a true gamer, look no further than Shin Megami Tensei. Sink your paws into this, man. Up next, we've got something called Sable. What is Sable? I don't even know what Sable is. Okay, so apparently this is Mobius inspired. I have no idea what Mobius means. With shades of Breath of the Wild, I do of course know what Breath of the Wild is. This game looks like it's got, wow. Okay. Oh, look at that. It looks like neat. It's got a little bit of that Spider-Verse action going on. You know, the reduced frame rate where you can really see the space in between animations. This looks really, really gorgeous. Kind of can't believe this is a video game, actually. Let's skip ahead here. Whoa! A little bit of speeder bike action. Oh, this looks really cool. Maybe I'll check this out someday. Alright, well, that's Sable. Pokemon Unite. Pokemon Unite? What the hell is... How many... What's going on with Pokemon these days? Anyone keeping up with the Pokemons out there? I've heard that there's one that's like an open world game now. I know they keep remastering the same old ones over and over again, and suckers keep buying them, myself included. I kind of gave up on Pokemon after, well, actually, Sword and Shield. I played Sword, which is one of the most recent ones, so what am I talking about? They're good. You know exactly what you're going to get. Pokemon games are like comfort food, if you ask me. Like really, really tasty comfort food. Like they're the McDonald's of video games. You can quote me on that. But I always find that I get to the ends of these games and I just lose interest. There's nothing really to them beyond that final gym, and I wish that they kept going. There's so many Pokemon out there now. I wish that they'd come out with a game that had multiple regions and higher level caps and more, and like included more of the Pokédex overall. Wouldn't that be cool? I don't know. You can have that one for free, Nintendo. Just please do. Just please make it. That'd be great. What is this though? What are we looking at? Oh, League of Legends. This is a MOBA. Is that what it's called? A MOBA? I never got into League of Legends or Dota or anything like that. Too extreme for my blood. I don't have the I don't have 16-year-olds' fingers anymore. You know, I don't have those Twitch reactions that you can only get when you're a teenager with a case full of Coke. I also just don't have the mental wherewithal to. I don't like losing. All right, I'll just say it. I don't like losing. So anyway, this is cool. I didn't realize Pokemon had a MOBA. That's a neat one. So this next one here is The Outer Wilds, which is a game that I've really been meaning to get into myself. I actually own it, and I booted it up once upon a time, but I got lost right away. Fancy that. And I couldn't figure out what to do or where to go, so I kind of put it down. I was like, this game makes no sense. Turns out that's the point. It's a mystery that you're supposed to unravel, and you probably just need a little bit more patience and brain power than I had at that point in my life. I've probably improved by now. I should get back in there, because those who have played this game have nothing but extremely positive things to say about it. It seems like a very mystifying experience, and it came out earlier than 2021, but it's the DLC that came out last year. So worth jumping back into, or in my case, worth jumping into for the first time. The Outer Wilds. All right, next on the list is No More Heroes 3. This is another franchise I'm not familiar with. I know that either 1 or 2 was wildly popular, maybe both of them. I know that this is a very long-awaited sequel, and it's cool that it came out. I'm a little surprised I didn't hear more about it when it did drop, but I'm sure the true fans of the... Did you see that cat? What the hell? Show me more of that cat. Oh man, does the cat fight with you? Look at him just sitting down there looking all determined. Oh, alright, it's a big old active time system. This looks pretty fun. Anyway, I might need to try this out just for that cat. So the next one on the list is the Mass Effect Legendary Collection. Everyone knows about Mass Effect, I don't need to go into that, but it is cool that BioWare remastered at least the first one. 2 and 3 might just be direct re-releases. I'm not sure how much they touched it up, but if you've got 400 hours to spare, then that's definitely the way to go. Mass Effect 2 in particular got me through a tough time in my life. That's just an outstanding game. Really fun RPGs in which your decisions actually matter. So proud of myself when I said that, I don't know why. Okay, so here we've got a real mesmerizing looking title called Maquette, or Maquette, probably Maquette. Apparently it's a puzzle game that was released for the PS5. I remember I was given this for free through my PS Plus subscription, and I have yet to install it or give it a shot, but it looks beautiful, and it looks like a really sort of fun, meditative way to blow my brains out. If it's a puzzle game, I'm probably not going to be very good at it, but this is another one that's been on my radar. Probably fun. I'm not very good at puzzle games in general. I'm not very good at them. Did I just say I'm not good at them. But this one looks really nice. I might have to give this a try sometime. Now we have Lost Judgment. This I really want to play. This is one of my top, if I had time, I'd be all over it games. Being an old school lover of the Shenmue games, everyone who I've ever talked to about Shenmue has been like, "Have you played Yakuza?" or Yakuza? And I haven't. I haven't had the time. But there are like 7 or 8 of those, and apparently they're phenomenal. And Judgment is a game that's sort of a spin-off of the Yakuza franchise. Sort of, I think it's the same world, maybe it's even the same storyline, similar gameplay elements, but you're a detective instead of a gangster. I think this is all from memory, but this game looks really, really cool, and I'm sure I would have a blast with it. It's just also supposed to be pretty long. Anyway, Lost Judgment is the sequel. This isn't even the first one we're looking at here. There are 2 of them now. So I've really got my work cut out for me if I want to get into it. What are these guys looking at here? Hold on a second. I need to know. Yeah, lift up that tarp, gentlemen. Oh, pull it back. Oh, shit. Oh! Okay, no more spoilers. No more spoilers, moving on. Kena Bridge of Spirits, or Kena Bridge of Spirits. I'm probably going to pronounce so much wrong in this video. This looks so cool. And when it was first announced, I was like, that's going to be one of the biggest games on PS5 for sure. But when it finally released, there was like no marketing done for it. I remember talking to my coworkers about this. We were like, why haven't we heard anything about this game? And then I saw at the Game Awards last year that it was nominated for Best Indie. So this game's an indie game? Like a small team made this? I find that really hard to believe. Look at it. Like this looks like an Xbox 360 era platformer just brought all the way up to current day. This is so beautiful to behold. And I gotta try this at some point too. Maybe I'll grab it when it's on sale. Just what a sweet looking game this is. Oh, I love that. I love just collecting things. Just jumping and dodge rolling and beating up little cartoon spirits and collecting things.
Pick your champions, they're glorious, and then you go to battle.
This next one is called Eastward. I've legitimately never once heard of this game. It looks sort of like a Super Nintendo era RPG. And I wonder if that's what it's styling itself after. Is there combat? Oh, this looks kind of fun. This is like something you would play on Game Boy on vacation. I don't know. Was that relatable? Probably not. Yeah, this looks really cool. I swear, man, if I could clone myself and I could play everything, I would be all over every game we've looked at so far. I like how the combat looks like it's built right into the exploration. It doesn't stop. That's cool. This looks fun. This one's called Eastward. Now we're looking at Bravely Default 2, another long-standing JRPG, pretty traditional looking title. I remember when the first one came out, I was kind of psyched for it. I kind of wanted to play it. Did not get around to it. Look at that pig. Look at that tree monster. You just kill him before you even had the chance to pick a move? Ooh. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know enough about this game to explain to you what's different or unique about it. But it does look like a lot of fun. It does look like a lot of fun. Next up is Back 4 Blood. Ooh, a cooperative zombie shooter that you play online with your friends. I've actually played a little bit of this. I had a ton of fun with it. The campaign is pretty lengthy. The teamwork is a lot of fun. The different abilities that you can get, the different types of guns you can pick up. Generally, it's just a blast to shoot zombies. I think we all know that. We've all experienced it at one point or another. This game is sort of a spiritual successor to the Left 4 Dead franchise, I guess. Despite identical gameplay, character, and dialogue styles, its spiritual successor. That's the phrase I just used. Did I write this? Back 4 Blood isn't being made by Valve proper. Rather, it's the product of Turtle Rock, which was originally established in 2002 and acquired by Valve in 2008. Oh, but then in 2010, the two split again, and Turtle Rock became independent. But after the split, it retained a lot of the original Left 4 Dead developers. Cool. So it is a lot of the same guys and girls. And what the hell am I looking at? Oh, it's an ad. All right. Anyway, Back 4 Blood is a kick-ass game. I recommend it if you're looking for something to play with your friends. It's a lot of fun. How many times is anyone counting how many times I've ended by saying it's a lot of fun? I gotta check myself, man. You know what? I'm starting to realize that this video is going to be 3 hours long if I keep doing it like this. So I'm going to go through the next couple a little more speedily. I hope you don't mind that. Age of Empires 4. I think everyone knows the shtick with this series at this point. It's been around for a very long time. One of history's most popular real-time strategy games. I'm sure that the new one is killer. Dorfromantik. I know a little bit of German, ein bisschen, and I think this means romantic village. This looks beautiful and meditative. It kind of looks like a board game called Carcassonne, if you've ever tried that one out. I used to play that a lot. I really enjoyed it. I'm not really into the city builder type games. They kind of stress me out, especially when you've got bars that are constantly moving down and threatening to end your game. But this looks really fun. This doesn't look overcomplicated. This looks quite tranquil, peaceful. Something to celebrate, you know? Maybe I'll try Dorfromantik one of these days. This one here is called The Forgotten City. This is a really unique game in that it started off as a Skyrim mod, apparently. It was built within the confines of the game Skyrim, but it was wildly popular, and it was developed into its own standalone game, and it won a ton of awards. Now, how weird is that? I can't think of another time in the history of video game development that's happened. Although DayZ turned into PUBG or something. Feel free to correct me on that. So maybe it's happened before, but no, I can't say I'm entirely interested in this, but it's worth looking up just for how unique its development was. The Artful Escape. I don't know what the hell is going on here. Looks kind of cool though. If this is a rhythm game, then I'm all in. It's been a while since a good rhythm game has come out, right? I remember Guitar, there was Dance Dance Revolution, if you're going way back. I was a pro at that game, believe it or not. Ask my babysitter from the 90s. And then Guitar Hero took over. I absolutely loved Guitar Hero up until about 3. 3 was incredible, and then I kind of fell off. Rock Band took the world by storm. I loved the drumming in that game. That was so much fun. But we haven't really seen a Donkey Konga. I got into Donkey Konga once upon a time. I haven't seen a good rhythm game in a while. I wonder if that's what this is. That guy just literally just said something about rhythm. So, I mean, they look like they've got rhythm. Yeah, let's click a little further in here. Let's see if they're still giving off the rhythm. Oh, snap. Wow, look at these graphics. Look at this aesthetic. Anyway, I'm going on for too long. The Artful Escape looks pretty cool, though. It does look pretty cool. This one's called Tales of Arise. This looks like the cinematics are done as actual anime scenes, which is cool as hell. I wonder if this is the first time they've done this, or if this is a tradition with this franchise. It's been around for a long time. Games like Tales of Arsyria and Berseria and Zestiria and Onomatopoeia. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of these. But this one, I can't remember where I read about this, but someone was freaking out in a glowing review of this game, saying that it was just felt like a proper next-gen upgrade to a series that they'd been playing all their lives. And this is actually a good jumping in point and also a worthy successor. I'm gonna stop talking now. Anyway, yeah, it's another one of these active time JRPGs. This looks good. This looks really cool, really clean. Man, I haven't played a game like this in just so long. They just take so long to beat. And speaking of JRPGs, let's head right into this one. This is called Scarlet Nexus. As far as I know, this is not a sequel. This is like a brand new IP. I don't know anything about the developers, but have also read quite a few good reviews about this game as well. And it looks like fun. All of these JRPGs these days look like a ton of fun. Eventually I'm gonna have to pick one of them up and give it a shot. Look at that! Oh, look at! Oh yeah! Oh, dude! Oh, whoa! Telekinesis! This crazy, colorful-looking riot right here is called Knockout City. This is an online multiplayer, competitive-only kind of game. Probably could have said that in fewer words. This is one of those games that gets announced. You see like a screenshot, you're like, that's either going to be the biggest deal in the world or it's going to be a flash in the pan, right? But apparently it's sticking around. Apparently this is really fun to play. It's like dodgeball, but you can catch the ball when they throw it at you. Well, just like real dodgeball, I guess. Haven't played in a while. It's been a while since gym class. Oh, they just got murked. Yeah, this game looks, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say this looks cool because that's how I end every single one of these sections. Now, as I boot up our next game in our long list, this one's called Chivalry II. A quick word from our sponsor. And by sponsor, I mean I wish that they were my sponsor. I wish that anyone would sponsor me. It would be a really lovely event if they did. This one is watermelon flavored. Or am I making that up because the can is pink? Hold on. Could have sworn it said watermelon. Oh, my mistake. Not watermelon flavored. It's called an Ultra Rosa. What the hell does that mean? I don't speak Spanish. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So Chivalry 2, I don't know anything about Chivalry 2. I've got a few coworkers who play it who say it's a ton of fun. This is another just big old play it online against a score of people all at once. Just medieval warfare. Just hack and slash. Down to business, you know? Pick up a sword and shield and get in there, buddy. The kinds of nightmares that our ancestors had to live through to stake claim to the land that we now call home. Now we're reliving it for fun, I guess. Unsighted. This so far looks like a Super Nintendo game. Absolutely does. Kind of looks like Mega Man, except top down, like a Zelda. There are a lot of indie games these days that throw back to graphical stylings of old. And a lot of the time it can be kind of rough on the eyes. It's like, I thought we'd moved past this, you know? It's aesthetically pleasing in a nostalgia-inducing sort of way. Wow, that energy drink really got the words flown out of me, eh? Wasn't that a nice sentence? But anyway, the 8-bit stuff kind of hurts the eyes. This doesn't look like it would hurt my eyes. I feel like I could play this for a while, and it's like smooth as butter, man.
This looks really cool.
Here's another one I've never heard of, ever. This is called Overboard. Looks like some sort of a mystery. Looks like some sort of a text adventure where your choices matter. But actually, you know, given the fun that I've been having with Road 96, I'm actually really enjoying making Let's Play videos out of these games where you have to make decisions like this because it ensures that my playthrough is different from the next guy's playthrough. So even if you've seen someone else play it, it might be kind of fun to watch my dumbass play it. This looks cool. Oh, God, I said it again. Life is Strange, True Colors. I've never played a Life is Strange game either, but they seem like, you know, good stories, well told, very narrative driven, extremely aesthetically pleasing. Are you seeing this? Where does she live? This looks like the Hobbit's homeworld, but blown up, human-sized. Who plants flowers all over a town like this? I love it. I mean, God, look at, holy crap. I wonder if the whole game is this beautiful. I don't know if I've ever seen something quite like this. Look at that water. Mother of mercy. Press B to leave the zen moment. I was having a zen moment there. Yeah, I might have to try this one. Look at this deer. Valheim. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. This game made a splash. I feel like everyone in the world heard about this one. Maybe just the nerds, but the nerds definitely heard about this one. This is one of those games that truly looks as though you're meant to experience it as you go. You're not meant to know anything about it going in. It's a dish best served cold. I don't know why I thought that was clever. But when it first came out, everyone was having such a blast. Just like, look at that. I love that in a game when you dropped in, you're completely naked. I mean, completely. That's what I like it when they're completely naked. Too much. Maybe I shouldn't be drinking Monster. But when you've just got like the absolute basics, you have no idea what the true scope of the game is yet. You don't know what's out there. You don't know what you can build or accomplish. And, you know, to make it even better, you're in there with friends. You're all experiencing this together. The only game like this I've ever played was one called Raft. You just spawn literally on a raft in the middle of the ocean, and you're using hooks to bring scraps in, and then you're building your raft up, and you're looking for islands, and that kind of thing is just, it's so exciting to explore and to not know what's out there. And that's kind of why I didn't get into Valheim, because people got into it, they loved it, but then I felt like I'd missed the boat. I'd missed the raft. The mystery was gone. I didn't want to play with people who already knew what was going on, because then they'd be like, "No, hurry this way, you know, come over here, and we'll craft the hot air balloon and get out of here." I don't know. I like it when I don't know anything. Loop Hero. Okay. Another roguelike. Roguelikes have been hot for the past decade. I think Spelunky was one of the first games that the genre has to thank. I saw a couple screenshots of this that looked just like this, and it gave me a headache just to look at it. It's so cluttered, but you know, I feel like I'd get used to it, and this game has gotten votes from a whole bunch of different sources. It must be fun. I have no idea what the hell. Whoa. No, go away, Disney. I don't need your... Oh, Hawkeye. This is not a video about Hawkeye. Yeah, I have no clue what this game is, but supposedly it's very fun. If you know what it is, let me know. What an informative video, Adam. Oh man, Inscryption. Okay, you know what? I'm not even gonna click on the gameplay video to have it play behind my big head while I talk. I just want to say that Inscryption, what I've heard about it is that you just have to play it. Apparently it's a horror game, but it's a card game. Apparently twists and turns abound. You never quite know what you're in for. It's super fun to learn. All I'm saying is that this one has my interest highly piqued, and you're pretty likely to see me make a video about this one soon, I think. Monster Hunter Rise. It's another Monster Hunter game. I think this one was a Switch exclusive, or maybe it was just a big deal that it was the first one that came to Switch. Monster Hunter is another one of those juggernaut franchises that I never personally got into. Looks like a lot of fun though. Play it online with your friends. A very satisfying core loop where you go in, you kill a monster, you bring his materials home, you craft a new, cod piece with it, then you get the hell back out there and you kill another monster. Also, cute looking cat companions and things like that. If I were younger, I'd be playing the crap out of this game. He's got like a dog with big old ears, looks like. This next game, I couldn't quite believe that it scored so high. We're in the 9 vote range now. Chicory, A Colorful Tale, or Chicory, Chicory Dickory Dock. This looks like a like a game that someone made using Kid Pix. Anyone remember Kid Pix? It just looks so simple, and yet I guess it's blowing minds. Rather than clicking further into this video and spoiling what it eventually becomes for myself, maybe I'm just gonna have to give this a shot at some point. I keep saying that as though I've got all the time in the world. I don't have a time machine. I'm not gonna play all of these, but it's cool to look at them all. Are you guys enjoying this? Is anyone still there? How many? This video is probably 3 hours long. Wildermyth. Welcome to the world of Wildermyth. This is another game that I saw a couple screenshots and I just thought, what is this, like a mobile game? I don't get it. But I gotta stop judging books by their covers. I read into this a little bit because so many different outlets were singing its praises. And apparently it's sort of the closest thing you can get to like a Dungeons & Dragons pen and paper style experience, but in video game form. So in that case, the fact that there's graphics at all is a huge bonus. So I shouldn't judge this and hold it up against AAA titles of today. It looks like it's very deep, but also presented to you in a way that isn't impossible to understand. It does look complex. It looks like it's got some serious depth to it. But it's kind of cutesy, kind of makes you feel cozy while you're playing it, so it's not overwhelming. This looks cool. This looks cool. God damn it. Oh man. Okay, this one, similar to Inscryption, is one that I feel like I have to play. Sooner than later, I have to play this. I'm not all about Zen experience type games, but something about this, because maybe it's because I've moved so many times in my life, I feel like I've never spent longer than a couple years in one home. So I'm kind of constantly restructuring my own interpretation as to what home even means. And this game seems to be all about that, boxing up one's possessions, bringing them somewhere new, and just putting them away. As much as moving is one of the most hell on earth processes that exists, doing it in video game form just looks like it. Careful with that waffle press, buddy. Don't put that too close to the outlet there. Yeah, I don't know. This just looks like it would surprise you over and over again, and maybe even bring tears to your eyes on occasion. Who knows? Wow! Holy crap! Look at that room. That's badass. Oh man. Oh, look at the city outside the window. Oh, okay, yeah. This game might be for me. Guardians of the Galaxy. This was a surprise release last year. It got announced. It had somehow remained a complete secret and was announced mere months before its release. And I think everyone saw the release trailers. There was some sort of cringy humor in it, and no one that I knew had very high hopes for it, but I think it won Best Narrative at the Game Awards, if that means anything to you. Yeah, apparently this game is actually worth playing. I don't know what the hell's going on with what we're watching right now, but let's click to a different part, shall we? Yeah, this looks satisfying. This looks like good old arcadey fashioned styles. Hitman 3. Alright, we're officially in banger territory, everybody. All the games I mentioned from here on out are likely to be the games you've heard of already, but can't hurt to go through them, right? I didn't play Hitman 3. I haven't played any of the new Hitman games, or the old ones. Never played a Hitman game. I believe that PlayStation Plus made Hitman 1 and 2 available to me over the past year, and so something tells me I'm going to have to start with those if I'm going to play this franchise at all. This guy's just waiting, eh? Just hanging out. Yeah, this guy's got nowhere to go. He does not have dinner reservations. Returnal. Oh man, this one's right up there with Inscryption and Unpacking on sort of my priority list. I really, really want to play Returnal. I didn't buy it when it came out because it was a full-priced PlayStation 5 game. Like, we just got the PlayStation 5 price hike. In Canada, these games cost over $100 now. And I was looking at the release slate. I was like, I'm going to buy Demon's Souls. I'm going to buy the new Spider-Man game. Returnal looks great, but like $90 great? I don't know. And I felt really bad for the developer, Housemarque, when this came out because of that price point. I feel like I was definitely not the only person who felt that way, that $90 was just too steep for a roguelike game. A game that effectively loops. Every time you die, you start from the beginning again, that sort of thing. But Housemarque is known for games like Resogun, very arcadey style, bullet hell, sort of really fast-paced games, addicting styles of games. And I love that sort of thing. So at some point, when I feel like it's affordable, I'm getting this game. I need to support this developer. I feel like they absolutely deserve some of my money. Maybe not $101 of my money, but some of it. Yeah, I can't wait to unpack the mysteries of Returnal. Oh, buddy. Forza Horizon 5. What a big drop. Seriously, though, what a big drop. I know that the fans of the racing genre and cars in general lost their minds when this came out. I've never been into racing sims at all. As soon as it gets to the point where it's like, choose your suspension or whatever, what brand of oil would you like to put in your windshield wipers? Clearly, I don't know shit about cars. So it's never really appealed to me, but this game looks like it would be fun anyway. I think regardless, I could have a blast with this. Look at those lines they put on the ground so that you know where to go and when to slow down. I could get on board with that. I could ride high with that. I don't know the lingo. I don't think the writers of these games know the lingo either, though. It's always cringe central. But the graphics on this are just nonsense, and it looks like the handling is super fun, and I think you can change to different styles of vehicle. Or maybe it's just cars, but if it's just cars, then there's probably 3,000 of them. Wow, damn. This looks great. Okay, so Death's Door. This is another contender for my attention sooner than later. Look at this. Crap, man. Crap, dude. Look at this art. This looks like the combat looks super juicy and clean. Look at those dodge rolls, man. Those hitboxes look super accurate. This is all very slick. Oh, dude, I could get lost in this for a long time. I played a lot of Hades. I never made a video series out of it because I knew that I would be getting really frustrated with it and probably would be playing it for 8 hours at a time. But this is sort of in the same vein. I love stuff like this, especially when it looks this good. I'm into it, man. I gotta give this a shot, I think. Death's Door. Next up is Deathloop. I don't really need to introduce or unpack this game. If you'd like, you can watch 6 hours of me playing this game. I've got a series going for this one right now, and I love it. It's really cool. It's sort of an onion, if you will. You're kind of peeling back the layers on this onion. I probably read that somewhere. I'm probably stealing that. I mean, I couldn't come up with an analogy as good as an onion. Not on my own. But there's really nothing more to say about Deathloop because I'm in the middle of it right now, and I don't want to know any more than I already know, and I don't want to spoil anything for you either because the whole game is sort of one big spoiler. You learn a new tidbit every time you play. It's super cool and super worth checking out. And I very much hope to get back to that series soon. I know it's been a while since I've released a video, but I will absolutely get back to it. Psychonauts 2. I don't know what it is about this game. When I first saw marketing for it, I thought to myself, never going to play that. I think part of my problem is that I'm biased against this sort of aesthetic, this weird kind of almost gross Tim Burton kind of thing. So I was kind of repelled by the graphics alone. But people were apparently kind of mad that this didn't win Game of the Year, which sounds like that's crazy high praise, right? Like for a lot of people, this was their favorite Game of the Year. Apparently it's got super slick and fun, entertaining platforming elements, and it tells a sort of story about mental health and things like that through subtle means as you're doing the platforming. I really think I shouldn't miss this game. I don't know when I'm going to get around to it. I never played the first one. I don't know if I need to play the first one first. But yeah, no, this looks really good. I love platformers, and there's not enough of them these days. And I always complain about that. And then something like this comes out. It's supposed to be so great, and I just I overlook it for no reason in particular. So again, I got to stop judging books by their cover. Ratchet and Clank, Rift Apart. I probably don't need to say anything. You guys probably know exactly what this is. This game was amazing. I played this all the way through. I platinumed it. Thank you very much. This kind of like the first truly next-gen feeling game. The graphics, I mean, look, it's crazy. There's all kinds of cool particle work. The guns that you get are a ton of fun to use. The one thing I was a little bit disappointed with was the whole like rift ability that was the main draw, the main like, holy crap, look, the PS5, when you can kind of like pull yourself through a rift as a means of sort of teleporting around. It's not quite as impressive as it first looked. You're not really like changing the world around you in any meaningful way. Actually, you do at one point. You can change the world around you. I'm not very good with criticism. As soon as a negative comes out of my mouth, I'm like, hold on right there, asshole. You didn't make this game. Look at this amazing game. So I'll just stop myself right there, and I'll tell you that you should play this, because I platinumed it. Metroid Dread, a real exciting return to form for fans of the old Metroid games, such as Super Metroid, which was the game that invented the one half of the term Metroidvania. There are tons of games these days, like Hollow Knight and Axiom Verge and things like that, take the majority of their cues from old Metroid. Just sort of the way that, rather than being completely linear and going level 1, level 2, level 3, you've got this overarching map. You might go as far right as you can go, and you hit a wall, and you're like, oh, what's that green stuff? I can't get through that. So you go all the way left instead, and then you find this gun that's like, this gun blows up green stuff. And you're like, oh, I gotta go back that way. Anyway, I think you get the point. There hasn't been a game like this in a very long time. There was the Metroid Prime series during the GameCube era. It was all first-person shooter. And so Metroid Dread is the first time in over a decade, I believe, that they've gone back to the classic 2D side scroller. I didn't pick this one up. I know a couple people who did, who are absolutely in love with it, and I don't realistically think I'm going to get away with not playing this one for that much longer. We're closing in on the end, everybody, and this next one is called It Takes Two. It's an extremely special game. This did not just win Game of the Year because the creative director is best buddies with Jeff Keighley, which was kind of the first thing that entered my mind when I saw that happen. But no, this is an amazing game. It is, in a sense, it's a celebration of games in general. It's about cooperating with a friend or a loved one. Like it's one of the best couch co-op games or online co-op games of the decade. But in addition to that, it's just absolutely remarkable the way the gameplay changes constantly. You get comfortable with one mechanic, and then they throw something totally different at you. And it's mind-blowing how polished all of it feels. Let's find a section so that I can explain what I'm talking about here. In every section of the game, each player is given an entirely different tool to work with, and you have to figure out how to use them in conjunction with one another to get through. Sometimes it's a puzzle, sometimes it's more of an action segment like what you're seeing here, but it's never boring, it never lets you down, it's never frustrating, it's always just kind of right on the button. You could be brand new to video games and you would probably intuitively pick up on what's going on a lot of the time. Or you could have been playing video games all your life and you'll pick up on homages to things constantly. It's a lot. There's a lot more to this one than meets the eye, and I really recommend playing it. Another cool thing about it is if one person purchases the game, they can gift a pass to a friend of theirs to play it with them, and the other person doesn't even have to pay for it, which is just a super generous idea and a really good way to get people involved and trying this out. And I recommend that you try it out. I love this game. And finally, last but not least, a game that needs no introduction, Resident Evil Village. What can I say? This was I made a whole series out of this game. I actually finished this game right before my channel kind of popped off in popularity. It never popped off. What am I talking about? I've got a couple of you guys out there that I love very much, though. It's definitely the most fun I had with a video game last year. If I had to pick a favorite game of 2021, I'd be very hard-pressed not to pick this one. Village had everything that you can hope for out of a Resident Evil game. It had exploration, it had insane villains, it had fun action, it had RPG elements that didn't feel over the top. It had very tall women that would chase you around in a building, and it was a little bit more fun than one might care to admit. I mean, it had everything. Resident Evil Village was just a masterpiece, if you're asking me. I had so much fun playing it, and if you want more of my opinion on it, feel free to check out the videos on this channel that I made for it. I think there's like 25 of them, so take your pick. Village was the best. So that'll about do it for me, everybody, for Games of the Year 2021. As a closing note, though, I just wanted to say I've been thinking a lot about how I want to produce content this year, since I have an actual audience now. You guys are the best, by the way. I mean that. Thank you for watching my stupid videos. I want to keep it entertaining, but I have to contend with the reality that I don't have that much time on my hands, and I want to keep things interesting. So I'm going to be making shorter series that allow me to explore a wider variety of games and genres. And this list that we're looking at here that we just went through is only the beginning of that. The thing that I keep thinking about lately is the sheer abundance of games that are being given to us for free all of the time. And the games that I already own but have never even looked at twice. I'm talking about like the Epic Games Store, which gives away free games every single week. If you don't have an account, by the way, you should totally get on that. It's amazing. Xbox Game Pass, which I'm subscribed to, which is endless. PlayStation Plus has given me free games every month. I have a Steam backlog that's over 300 games. It's entirely embarrassing. I've played 1% of those at most. Even Amazon is giving us games now. I don't know what the hell is going on, man. The point is, it's insane. And I told you I'm a list guy, so I've got it all logged. So I've had a great idea. Introducing Indie Roulette. Now, I think as I said that, a cool graphic came up on the screen. The basic concept here is that for each video, I'll pick one of my many lists, and then I'll use a random number generator to decide which game I'm going to install and try out off of it. I'll only make a single video out of it, playing through the first section, figuring out how the game works, and giving it sort of a light review maybe. And if I really like the game or the video becomes popular, then I'll totally go back and make more. But the idea is just to get that shotgun spread of games going. A shotgun. I wish I could get that, the whistle that crazy old guys with their like jugs of undisclosed whiskey or whatever. Shotgun spread of games. So what do you guys think? Does this sound like a fun idea? Or would you rather see me continue to make long form series out of newer games? Or would you like to see me make more videos unleashing the power of my lists? I got a lot of them, man. I got a lot of lists. Please let me know in the comments. Any feedback is welcome, as always. I love hearing from you guys. And please, have yourselves a great day. Or night. Or weekend. Or vacation. Or maybe a bar mitzvah, Whatever's coming up. Make sure you enjoy it. For me.